Welcome to Designfusion's SolidEdge blog. In this release, we look at Family of Parts Enhancements introduced in SolidEdge 2024. Numerous Family of Parts enhancements have occurred in SolidEdge 2024. For example, users can now assign a material, file properties, and etches to individual members. Also, support has been added for flat pattern, simplify, and multi-bodies in Family of Parts. Plus, support has also been added for reference elements such as coordinate systems, reference planes, and sketches. To facilitate all these enhancements, the Family of Parts edit table and shortcut menu have also been enhanced. Material can be assigned to each individual member. Use the New Materials row in the Family of Parts dialog box to assign materials to Family of Parts members. You can also assign materials in the Property Manager dialog box. Once assigned, you can change the material in the Family of Parts dialog box, the Property Manager dialog box, or the Material Table dialog box. Changes to the material will remain in sync as expected. File properties can also be assigned to each individual member. A new Property Manager button displays the Property Manager dialog box so you can manage the file properties for individual family members. The Property Manager command is also available on the shortcut menu when you right-click on a cell in the Family of Parts table dialog box. Properties are kept in sync between member and Property Manager. Etches are now supported in Family of Parts members. If etches are listed as unsuppressed for a member, they will be present in the member file. Etches appear in the Pathfinder as construction part copies, and you can save them as DXF. You can display them in assembly and draft as expected. Etches cannot be edited in member files. Changes must be done in the parent file. Let's have a quick look at this in SolidEdge 2024. Here we have a simple sheet metal part. Within the Family of Parts options, we now have the option of including flat patterns, reference planes, and sketches. Let's start by creating two new members to represent the left and the right parts. For the left part, we need to create the required mirror part, which we can include in the Family of Parts. We'll turn on the mirror plane from our Pathfinder, and then from underneath the mirror drop-down menu, we'll click on the Mirror Copy Part command. We then select the body we wish to mirror and the mirror plane. A new option in SolidEdge 2024 allows us to remove the original body, leaving us with just the left member. We can then hide the right etch from the Pathfinder. We'll then need to add another etch to indicate that this is the left member. To do this, we create a sketch on this face, and we use the Text Profile option on the Tools tab. We'll select the stencil font from our pull-down menu, and we'll enter in the word left. We'll then position this where we want it. We'll then use this sketch to create the etch feature. We select the etch command found under the dimple command, and select our left sketch and accept it. We'll then right-click and select Hide All Sketches, and then we'll rename the etch as Left for identification in the Family of Parts feature list. Inside the Family of Parts, we can now associate a separate material for each member. For example, we'll click on the material for the left member and select galvanized steel, and for the right member, we'll select aluminum. We now need to associate the etches to the appropriate member. We can do this by suppressing and unsuppressing the required etch for that member. We then click on the mirror body and unsuppress it for the left member and suppress it for the right. Once that's done, we click OK. We can then go to our member list and activate each member to ensure that we have done everything correctly. Once we verified the results, we would normally publish out our individual member components, but I will not be doing that in this demo. Flat patterns, simplified bodies, and multi-body parts are now supported in Family of Parts members. Users select the Flat Pattern option or the Simplify option on the Family of Parts option dialog box to include flat patterns or simplified bodies in the family member configuration. The flat pattern part copies populated to the members contain all the information you need to create drawings and annotations or to save the flat pattern to the DXF format. You can use simplified part copies in assemblies just as you would use simplified bodies. You cannot edit or delete flat pattern part copies or simplified part copies in the members' files. You must exclude them in the parent file. Multi-body parts are automatically included in the family member configuration. Any bodies present in the file appear in the Family of Parts dialog box. Flat pattern features now work in multi-body parts files. We no longer prevent creation of flattened features. Only one flat pattern at a time can be active in a document. After the members are populated, flat patterns, simplified bodies, and multi-part bodies are placed in their own environment and can be used in downstream applications. After flat patterns or simplified bodies are added, you can suppress or unsuppress them in each family member. Let's have a look at this in SolidEdge 2024. For this example here, we have a simple sheet metal part with 3 multi-bodies. Within the Family of Parts tab, we'll click on the Options and make sure that the Flat Pattern option is turned on. Currently, we have our sheet metal body with no flat patterns. We can now associate a flat pattern to each member. Only one flat pattern can exist for a member at a time. The user can control which flat pattern is associated with the member. Let's start by creating the flat patterns for all 3 of our members. We'll start with the center member. We'll select Flatten from the Tools tab, and then we'll select the face and the edge to create our flat pattern. Now inside the Family of Part members, we scroll down to see the flat pattern that we have just created. We then unsuppress this for the center and suppress it for the other 2 members. Next, we want to select the left member and activate it, and then we want to create a flat pattern just like we did for the center member. Once we've created the flat pattern, we go back inside the Family of Parts and scroll down to our flat pattern. We unsuppress the flat pattern for the left member while suppressing it for the other 2 members. We then select the right member and repeat this process. Once again, once you have the flat pattern, return to the Family of Parts table, scroll down, and you want to unsuppress this for your right member and suppress it for the other 2 members. Activating the members will activate their corresponding flat patterns. For example, we'll click on the center member and select Flatten. You can see the flat pattern associated with the member. Likewise, we'll click on the left and right members and you will see the flat patterns associated with those members. Here's a few more noteworthy enhancements. Reference elements are now supported in Family of Parts members. Users select the Coordinate Systems, Reference Planes, or Sketches option on the Family of Parts Options dialog box to include them in the family member configuration. When you select a reference option, they appear in the Family of Parts dialog box. Edits to linked elements must be done in the parent file. Updates to members are done on File Open as usual. Reference elements cannot be deleted in the member file. Users can exclude them from the member file to remove, but dependent features and links may fail. For more information, check out the What's New section in SolidEdge 2024 Help. Want to learn more about SolidEdge? Check out our online training page at the site listed here. If you need additional support, contact our support team at support@designfusion.com or call us at 1-877-215-1883.